Future has a song where he says GT3 it goes 260. Is that true? Can you confirm?
It is not true.
It's not true.
It might be. He might be saying 260 kilometers an hour. I think it tops out around 193, 196.
That's still insane.
Yeah.
Future, stop capping. Stop capping, Future. Let's not go 260. Stop capping.
Really a squad of me, I'm better friend. How do we all need loot in your mouth? Ain't no more snakes in your mood.
What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be reviewing one of my dream cars, that beautiful GT3 right behind me. I'm pretty sure a bunch of you guys can agree. So today we're going to ask him a couple questions about the mods he got done. We're going to look at the mods. We'll take a look at the car. We're going to get some beautiful shots. We're going to hear it rev. We're going to go for a drive. And then later on, luckily, if we're lucky, we're going to run it. Go for a run. Maybe a 40 roll. Alright, how you doing, Lou? So let's talk about this GT3, man. What you got done to it?
It's a 2015, so it's a 991.1 GT3. They don't need a whole lot of mods, so it's got
a whole lot of mods.
Yeah, SharkWorks center bypass exhaust.
All right. So SharkWorks, so basically it's a stock exhaust, but it has a bypass, so it doesn't.
Yeah. So there's three mufflers on a GT3, right? So there's one on each side, and then a center piece. The easiest one to replace is the center. So we took the center one out and put the SharkWorks center bypass in there. Right. I mean, they're loud, factory, but this makes it definitely.
We're gonna do a rev test. We're gonna see.
Oh yeah.
I think my S4 is pretty loud since I did the downpipe. It's been pretty loud. So we're gonna see. What type of wheels are these?
So these are Advan GTs.
All right, Advan wheels. Yeah. See that? Center locking wheels. I love center locking wheels. They just look great.
Yeah.
Wrapped with
Cup twos.
Cup twos.
Yeah. Cup twos is standard tire for these cars.
And this is what the chalk. I think the color code is like
this
chalk.
This is Carrera white.
Carrera white.
Yeah, it's Carrera white.
That's beautiful. This is a beautiful car. Around it. What you got done to the inside?
Nothing. I added Apple CarPlay, so they didn't have that in 2015. I added it to the stock.
Added Apple CarPlay?
CarPlay to the stock unit and a reverse camera.
Reverse camera. What's your favorite things about this car? This is actually one of my dream cars. You know that, right?
Yeah, one of mine too. Honestly, the sound. I don't know.
The sound.
I mean, I've had a couple 911s. I've had a Nissan GTR, which was a dream car of mine, as well. There's no comparison to this thing. It's on rails. It screams. It's not the fastest in a straight line, but on a track.
On the track.
It could run all day.
It performs.
You'll wear out before the car does.
You'll wear out before the car does.
Hands down.
All right, that's actually dope. All right, so what kind of options are on the car?
Yeah, so this is a fully spec'd car. The only thing it doesn't have is the carbon bucket seats, but these are the PCCB ceramic brakes. Yeah, should be open.
Let's see.
It has the 18-way seats versus the carbon buckets, which if you're driving the car for a while and you're portly like myself, you prefer these seats. They're super comfortable.
Yellow seat belts.
Yep.
There's no back seats though.
No back. No, none of the GT3s have back seats.
None of the GT3s have back seats.
But it has pretty much everything you can order aside from the carbon buckets. It has the carbon package inside. Sport chrono, so that camera in the middle could be set up to a lap trigger. Front axle lift, which is a must.
Oh, this is the one that lifts and goes down?
Yeah.
You need it?
Yeah. And it's.
I was looking at GT3s, and I know that's like a $6,000 option or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's necessary, especially if you live in New York like I do.
If you live anywhere that isn't flat, it's pretty necessary.
So how does that work?
It's just a button inside.
The car has to be on?
Car has to be on. Doors have to be closed.
Doors have to be closed.
And it pops right up. It pops up quickly. There's no BS with it like McLarens and Ferraris. It's a pain in the ass. This, it's like 5 seconds it's up.
5 seconds.
5 seconds it's down. It's great.
All right, when we start the car, if you could demonstrate after me.
It's got the Porsche dynamic light system. The
dynamic light system.
Yeah, whoever spec'd it out paid a pretty penny for it.
Yeah, that's what I hope. When I finally buy a Porsche, I hope I can find one that's perfectly spec'd. If not, I'm just gonna have to save my money a little bit longer and spec it myself. But that can get expensive. And I hear you gotta know someone to even put in an order for one of these.
Oh, for a new one, forget it. Yeah,
GT3 badges all over the place.
Yeah.
Does this thing turn heads?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the sound is probably the biggest piece.
GT3 on the back.
These are the option glass clear headlights, tail lights.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Which at first I didn't like, to be honest, but they've grown on me quite a bit.
All right. So much lower. Like I literally, I'm a short guy too. So.
It's kind of ridiculous how low it is now. It's next to you.
Got a squat. Alright, we got some carbon fiber in here.
Everything's out from zero.
Carbon fiber, Apple CarPlay. You said you installed this, right?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to install something like that?
So the unit was probably $300-400, and then I installed it myself.
Alright.
Wasn't too difficult. 5 seconds faster.
Got a ton of them.
Yeah.
It's not no slouch. This car ain't no slouch.
Oh no, it's fast. I mean the Porsche. This is the 3.8 liter. Porsche has it at 475 horsepower, but everyone knows Porsche horsepower.
Yeah, a lot of cars. You know what it is? I heard that the reason why they underrate them is because, and I think a lot of manufacturers does this, but it's simply because of when you have bad weather or you don't have enough dense air.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can decrease the horsepower. So I think what they do is they give you the horsepower for the lowest possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They give you the lowest possible horsepower. So.
Alright, do a launch here. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. I'm scared. Launching on a corner, but it's a Porsche, so you don't gotta worry. I did feel the tires spin quite a bit though.
Yeah, and that's with traction control on, right? I mean,
the difference is the S4 hooks. So I think if this was the hook, I think you might have like, what is the quarter mile time in this?
It's like 11.5, I think. That's what they
You're right there. You're right next to me, man.
No, because it's. I mean,
my best quarter mile, and I'm stage 2. My best quarter, and I'm all-wheel drive. My best quarter mile, I think, is like 11.4.
Okay.
So I'm like 1 second under you, and I'm pretty sure if you can hook, if you had some better tires, I'm pretty sure you would blast that 11.5 out the window. Did doing the exhaust, did that add any power? Any more flow?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
It just sounds better.
Going around the corner here. drive my car on the track. I know with the S4 platform, there's some understeer. I got the sway bars, and I'm hoping, you know, that kind of, you know, took a little bit of that away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to learn how to drive on the track, and definitely when I get a GT3 or a turbo, I got to learn, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I learn how to corner it.
These are made to be on the suspension on these is fully adjustable from the factory, right? So you can even adjust the ride height from the factory. You know, this car has a track alignment on it right now. I keep it in a track alignment.
Where do you go to get it aligned?
So there's a company in Clifton, New Jersey called Apex Motorsport.
Apex Motorsports.
Yeah.
They're good for like performance alignments.
Yeah, they do a lot of.
I go to a spot called oh my god,
the Lotus,
right? I go to a spot called Ivan's Alignments.
Okay.
But recently I was hearing a noise. I took my car to Audi, and Audi told me whoever did your alignment, they didn't inspect the bolts to spec, and he said that there was a control arm bolt that was loose.
They didn't torque them to spec.
Yeah, so that's completely dangerous. So I'm considering not even going back because I don't know. I can't really. When other nice cars see your car, do they try to try you?
No, I usually just get a thumbs up.
Thumbs
for the
up?
most part. It's not that kind. The GTR all the time. When I had the GTR, everyone tried to race me.
Everyone tries to race you.
It sucked.
See,
Like
with the S4, even though it's nothing crazy, with the S4, if I'm right, nah, this thing is sick, man. This thing is sick. I couldn't even finish my sentence. But with the S4, like people hear my exhaust, they see my custom plate, and like you'll have a Subaru. You know, they'll pull up next to me, or they'll try to like, I could be cruising, or I can even be, you know, swerving through traffic.
Yeah.
As soon as I pass another, you know, performance car, quote unquote,
They fuck around.
they could have been, they could have been driving. Nah, it's alright. They could have been driving calm the whole time, but as soon as I pass them, they're like, alright, you know, I'm gonna catch up to this guy. And I'm not gonna lie, I do it too.
Yeah, I would say this car, between the GTR, my 240 obviously, the other 911, and this car, this one people mess around with the least, and I think it's just because they like, yeah, I think that I really do, because that other 911 had a stage 1 tune on it. It made, I think it was like 525 with the tune.
Was it a custom tune?
No, it was off the shelf. But it was faster than this in a straight line.
Would you tune this?
No, because there's not much to do.
Not much to do because it's not turbocharged.
Yeah,
like that, right?
and this, so the 3.8 liter, so 2014 and 2014, 2015, 2016, the 2014s had motor issues. So Porsche, at least in North America, gave a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty to any GT3 from that model range.
So this still has a warranty
until 2025.
Until 2025.
And it's CPO'd as well, but the engine warranty, I could blow this
So
at the track.
2025.
Yeah. So I could blow this up at the track, they'll replace the motor.
That is dope.
As long as it's not modified.
If I buy a GT3, right, before, and this, what is this the last year for that? Or
there are some 2016
so if I get a 2016 GT3, it will be warranted until 2026.
Right, the motor will be, yeah. So as long as it's got, so this has really good service records. Obviously, there's you really want to.
You don't want to buy a Porsche without good service records.
Yeah, or any car. I mean,
any car,
you know,
you gotta check the Carfax report.
Yeah, but maintenance isn't too crazy.
It's not
yearly maintenance, pretty much. I do a lot of brake fluid flushes because I do track and stuff like that. That's different. Normal maintenance on it is a yearly service is about $1,400. But that's really all you would need to do on a yearly basis.
This is a perfect spec, man.
Yeah, the white gauges, like
that's exactly how I felt about my Audi when I bought it. I drove it. The guy just gave me the keys. He said, "Yeah, just the guy at the dealership didn't even want to come with me. He just said, go ahead." You know, so I took it out. To be honest, I launched it maybe 4 or 5 times, and I was supposed to go look at another car. I was supposed to go look at an S5, but after driving the S4, I'm like, yeah, now I'm gonna.
S4 is a really slept-on car. I really like those.
I think the platform has a lot to offer too. Once I do the turbo, I can be making like 720 crank horsepower.
Crazy. Yeah, so it's like I said, dream car, right? I mean, there's very few cars that sound like this.
I appreciate you taking me on this ride because I like new things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a new person, so if I was to buy a Porsche, I have it in my head that I have to wait until I have $150,000 to put on a down payment so that I can get a 992 GT3.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, with the Apple CarPlay, which is mandatory for me, I need Apple CarPlay.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was my thing, too. As soon as I knew that I could just do this.
You also got a little bit of a digital display up there.
Yeah, that's changeable. There's all different stuff you can put in there. I like the gauges. I prefer, you know, it's nice to have analog gauges. Even the .2, the newer, the 2017 to 2019 has this gauge setup.
What does a car like this go for? Like, what does it go for now, and what did it go for when you bought it?
So, yeah, so this car right now is probably in the 140, 150 range.
150,000?
Yeah, if you were to go and try and buy one, if you looked online right now with this spec,
All right.
150K is probably about right.
That's not too bad.
No.
Compared to a 992, which is going for
300K.
320,000.
Yeah, which is absurd. So, I mean, it's an amazing car.
And when you bought it, how much did you?
So I paid 149. 149 for it. Yeah.
All right, quick question.
Yeah.
Was that straight out or was it?
No, I did a loan. I did really well with the GTR.
Right.
Paid that off pretty quickly. And when I traded that in for that other 911, they gave me a good deal on it. And because the market's crazy on 911s, or at least it was last year, I was able to make money on that 911 when I traded this in. So the note on this car is not that big.
Right.
And the good thing about it is a lot of banks know these cars. They hold their value, right? So like this car new was 100, and the sticker for this was 165, and I paid 150. 7 years later. So, you know, I mean, the banks understand that these are cars that hold value. All right, so this is let's see, this road, good road.
Shifters often?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't really know how to use them.
This is a great road if you ever want.
Used to using paddle shifters.
Yeah, I mean the good thing about these cars are this PDK Sport button here. It's what gives it a little bit more of an aggressive shift. But if you wanted to, and often on the track, I'll keep it in auto. Like it shifts incredibly well on its own. It's very good at understanding what you're doing. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with it in that sense. Yeah, you can cut because this is kind of slow right here. I don't know.
All right, guys, I'm gonna cut the video there. This is still an amazing car, one of my dream cars. I'm hoping that within the next few years, I would say less than 2 to 3 years, I'm hoping I can have one of these in my driveway.